I'm Hasmatulam from GK Jain School. Today we are going to see the third part of consumption and investment function. Okay, so we have seen the consumption function. What is consumption function? When a person has an income and he utilizes that income for satisfying his needs. That's what we call consumption. Now it's investment function. What is investment function? The investment interest rate relationship is known as investment function. So when there is a relationship between investment and the investment rate, for example, I have a 50,000 rupees. That is I am going to invest that 50,000 rupees in a bank. That is my investment money. And the bank will give me the 10% of interest rate. The 50,000 rupees, 10% of interest rate. This both together, this combination of both, the relationship between the interest and the interest rate is known as investment function. Simple to understand? A person X is there, he is going to invest 20,000 rupees in a mutual fund. The mutual fund industries is going to give the 2,000 rupees return, the 2,000 rupees interest to him for whatever investment he does. So there is a relationship, there is a perfect and unique relationship between investment and interest rate. There is an investment and interest rate. When there is a relationship between both, that is what we know as investment function. See? There is a functional and inverse relationship between the rate of interest and investment. Simple. When you want to understand the investment function, which means it's nothing but there is a functional, there is an inverse, there is an unconditional relationship between the what's called rate of interest and investment. So there is an amount of 50,000 as a investment money, and there is a 10% of rate. This 50,000 investment money, this 10% rate, this both relationship, this all together is known as investment function. It's known as investment function. Easy? Then you can understand with the help of a formula. Investment is equal to F in bracket R, which means I is investment, F is a function, R is a rate of interest. Easy? So let's understand what is investment first. Investment means purchase of financial aspect. Investment means purchase of financial aspects such as stock, shares, debentures, government bond and equity. So when you have a purchase of something which has a nature of giving you the money. For example, in a share market you have purchased the 10,000 rupees of share. The value of 10,000 shares is 10 rupees. 10,000 share you have purchased, 10 rupees is the value. So how much it is? 1 lakh rupees value you have in a share. And in a period of time, the share has increased to 15 rupees. So 10,000 into 15 rupees, how much you will get? 1,50,000. This is what we call investment. So you have a made investment of 2 rupees, and after a period of time, due to the factor of rate of return, rate of interest, rate of profitability, what happens? The investment that you incur extra, that is what we call investment function. The study of that what we call investment function, right? Let's understand the investment function meaning. What is investment meaning? Investment means purchase of, you purchase, you acquire, you take it. What? Some financial aspects, some financial sources that are stock. You will have a purchasing of stock. Now, there is a stock company and you will get the stock of a company. There is a share. Many companies there, Reliance company is there, Infosys is there. All this company you will purchase the share. Debenture, same like the share is the debenture. Government bond, you can purchase the government bond itself. Equity, some equities you will purchase. So all this thing is known as investment. There is not exactly on the same time you will get the money, but in the future period you will get the money. That is what we call investment. Investment means you have the money with you, but it automatically in the near future you will get money, not in the exact same time. Okay? Let's understand what are the various types of investment. Investment particularly divided into 2 types. Autonomous investment, induced investment. Autonomous investment means an investment of independent variable which does not have any rules and regulations, does not have any kind of intervention, does not have any kind of any control by the any party. So okay, let's understand. It is the expenditure on the capital formation which is independent. So autonomous means it is the investment on what? It's a expenditure. It is a expenditure. It's something expenses. What expenses? Expenses on capital formation. So when you have a capital, when you form a capital, the expenses on that formation is known as what? Autonomous investment. It is independent. It is independent of the change in income, change in rate and change in profit, and it is independent. So if there is a change in income, there is not necessary that there should be a change in investment. If there is a change in profit, there is no necessity that there will be a change in the what? Investment. If there is a change in the rate of interest, does not mean that there will be change in the investment. So autonomous investment means it is free, it is independent from all the three variables which has the investment. Investment has three variables: a variable of income, a variable of interest, a variable of profit. But autonomous investment is free from the income, free from the functions, free from the rate of interest, and free from the profit. So that's what the autonomous. Autonomous itself means separate. It has a separate legal entity. Okay. So that is our investment. See here, this is the autonomous figure. Income we have taken as x-axis, investment we have to y-axis. I and I1 is equal to x. Here, the rate of interest, the income, the investment function will remain same, unchangeable, because there is no need. If there is a change in income, there is a change in the rate of interest, there is a change in the profit, it does not change the investment function. That's the reason it remains same, right? Next we have induced investment. What is this? An expenditure on fixed assets and stock which are needed when income level goes up. So it is also expenditure, it is also an expenses, it is also a kind of expenses. What kind of expenses? It is on the fixed asset. You have a company and the fixed asset like land, building, furniture, all these fixed assets we have. On that, when you have such things, such investment, when the income goes up. For example, a person has 10,000 rupees income. So he had the investment of 10,000 rupees. When the income of individual increases to 20,000, what happened? The investment will also increase. So induce means increase. There will be increase in the investment. That is what we call increase. Here it will not be fixed. See, this is a graph. Income is a what? X-axis. Investment is a Y-axis. See the figure. It is going up because when the income of individual increases, the investment function also increases. Here it is autonomous. If there is a change in all the variable itself, investment will remain same. So there is a x is equal to I. It will be same. X is equal to y. X axis is equal to I, which means but here it will go up. That's what is the meaning itself says. Income level goes up means the induced investment will also go up. Let's see some of the difference between the autonomous investment and induced investment. Autonomous, it's independent. Induced, it's planned. So in the autonomous investment, we have the independent variable. No one has a relationship with each other. But in the induced function, we plan everything, that if we increase income from this level to this level, what kind of profit will go to some, what the management will earn, what the workers will earn, what the government will earn, all this kind of aspect we have. Next we have autonomous investment. Here income is inelastic, there income is elastic. Okay. Last, welfare motive. Autonomous investment is all about welfare motive. The government will adopt the autonomous investment because they want to help the community, they want to help the people living in the society. But induced investment is all about profit motive. Okay. Let's see some of the determinants of investment function. What are the factors that demolishes the investment function? Number one, rate of return. When there is a heavy rate of interest, you cannot see the investment function. Level of uncertainty, and in the investment fund there is a level of uncertainty. Today company is there, tomorrow they can run off. Okay, and the entire money the people has invested will go off. Same political environment, when there is a political instability, when one government is there, they have promised you the 5% interest, another government comes and suddenly he says that 15% of interest. So what happens? You will be in loss. So political environment, rate of growth of population, and the population growth is also being affected because you know the GDP. How you calculate GDP? With the help of population. If the population increases, what happens? Even the investment rate goes up and the problem takes place. Stock of capital goods, and when there is a increase in the capital goods, again what happens? Investment function becomes a problem. Next, necessity of new product, and consumer mind, the people mind is always need for a new goods, always want a new product. Because of that, what happened? The old product will in the market will get damaged, and because of that, what happened? There is a problem in the investment. level of income of investors. What happened? The income of investor will not be so good, not so efficient, and because of that there will be a problem. Innovation and invention, and there will be no invention, there will be no innovation, because a person earning money and he is earning, what he will say? Okay, I am earning the money very brilliantly. Why should I go for innovation? Why should I go for invention? So what happens? This becomes the reason for investment fall down. Consumer demand, and the consumer demand again is a void. It's unstoppable. It's unexplainable. So that becomes a reason. Consumer will have a demand of something, but the market cannot produce the same. Policy of state, same. Government policy will not be fixed. Availability of capital, and there will be no availability of capital because of this, and liquidity of asset of the investor, and the assets of the investor will be not be so good, so that all these things, all these factors affects the investment function. So we have learned that what is investment? A relationship between interest rate and the investment is all investment. We have learned the two types of investment. Autonomous, a government made the autonomous investment, which means helps to the social welfare, and it will be remain same. X-axis equal. Induce means it will go on changing because it's all about profit making. And so few factors we have learned, because of that investment is not taking place properly. In next classes we'll see some other topics related to the investment function. Thank you, students.